Okay, we're streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, welcome everyone that's joining us on Zoom, and welcome to all those of you who are joining us YouTube tonight. Tonight's a special board meeting of the Norwalk City School District Board of Education. It's Thursday, July 2nd, 2020 at 7:30. At this time, we'll have the call to order. Roll call, please, Mrs. Dupont.
Mr. Linder. Mr. Moore.
Joyce, we can barely hear you.
I don't have a button to make me louder.
I can barely hear Joyce.
Okay, Mr. Linder.
Here we go. Oh,
Present.
Mr. Moore.
Here,
Mr. Ritzenthaler.
Here.
Mrs. Schnellinger.
here.
Mrs. Wick.
Here.
This time we need a motion to adopt the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as written?
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as written.
Thank you, Mr. Linder. Do we have a second?
second,
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Roll call, please.
Mr. Linder.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
yes,
Mr. Ritzenthaler.
Yes.
Mrs. Schnellinger.
Yes.
Mrs. Wick.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Fisk, you want to continue on this?
Yeah, for the second item on the agenda, we need the board to approve the attached settlement resolution, which is a resolution approving the settlement terms for Good Site as listed.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the settlement resolution as received?
No
so
remove.
moved,
Was that Mr. Linder?
I'll
First.
second.
Okay, Mr. Linder, I think I got you first. Was that you?
okay, I'll second,
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moore. Do we have any discussion? No discussion? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Linder.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
yes,
Mr. Ritzenthaler.
Yes.
Mrs. Schnellinger.
Abstain.
Mrs. Wick.
Abstain.
Okay. 3 yeses, 2 abstains. Personnel? Go ahead, Mr. Fisk.
Number 1, under items for approval or employment of a teacher, Ms. Kirsten Wickham, 1-year contract at the MA bracket of the certified salary schedule, step 2, effective August 20th, 2020, pending all compliance documents. The second one, and Kirsten will be working at Main Street due to some shuffling and trickle down from an opening we had. We have an intervention specialist opening, and she's coming to us from the ALC, which is a North Point unit. She has 2 years of experience there and comes very highly recommended, both from our staff that knows her from working with her there, as well as the references we've contacted. The second one is a resignation, which is great for Abby and quite a loss for us, but Abby will be leaving us to become an intervention specialist in a district much closer to home. It's a great opportunity for her, and we wish her nothing but the best.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept all items under personnel?
I'll make a motion for approval of all personnel.
Thank you, Mr. Linder. Do I have a second?
second,
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Linder.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
yes,
Mr. Ritzenthaler.
Yes?
Mrs. Schnellinger.
Yes.
Mrs. Wick.
Yes.
Okay, before we get to adjournment tonight, is there anything else we need to discuss at this special meeting here? Nope, okay. I'll ask at this time for a motion to adjourn.
so moved,
Thanks, Mr. Moore. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Linder. Roll call, please.
Mr. Moore.
yes.
Mr. Linder.
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler.
Yes?
Mrs. Schnellinger.
Yes.
Mrs. Wick.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Have a good 4th. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Happy
Have a safe 4th.